Besides the 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, besides that and the screen display, the thing that ties into it is, of course, the keyboard. The keyboard is a multi-touch, HTC skinned, predictive text keyboard, and this thing is just beautiful. It works well. When I had the Hero, I did say it was my favorite build keyboard as of yet, and it still is. And put on this 4.3-inch screen, it just magnifies the experience even greater. The only hiccup I had with the Hero keyboard was that when you were going really quick, the processor or whatever it was, or the software, it sometimes took a while to register your keys. It would spell everything out, but it would take its time. You would type everything, and then like 2 seconds later, everything would be spelled out for you. That was my only niche with it, and it's totally gone non-existent with this 1 GHz chip now. So let's give it a test. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. No errors. None. I'm sure I might have misclicked one button or two, but you see the predictive text just jumps in and saves the day. A combination of predictive text and the massive display make this keyboard experience second to none. I kid you not. In landscape mode, you have an even bigger and better experience. But to tell you the truth, I do most of my typing in portrait. There really is no need for this landscape option, but it's there for you. And if portrait mode on a 4.3-inch display is still too small for you, then landscape, you really have nothing to complain about. I think I have as big hands as they get in comparison to phones, and other people out there that go, oh, my hands are way too big, my thumbs are way too big for a touchscreen device. That really is not an excuse on this device. It really just isn't. I mean, look at this. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. Okay, so one mistake. The quick brown fix jumped over the lazy sheepdog. And like I said, that is mostly due to the fact that I am not used to landscape. I really have no need for landscape. I do all of my typing in portrait. For the one rare occasion where maybe I have like a 3-page email to send out, I might switch into landscape for the better accuracy. But really, I think I'm more accurate in portrait. So that is what I love about the keyboards. And of course, you now have your option for voice, and this really does work wonderfully. It really does. I won't show it off right now simply because I had a little dentist work done earlier in the morning and still have a little numbness, so my my speech ability is a little impaired right now, and it won't, I don't think it'll register anything anyways. But let me try anyways. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. It's a kind of long sentence, so it's taking its time to. But hey, look at that. I guess my speech ability is pretty well off. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. No mistakes. The highlighted green portion is the full sentence that you spoke into the phone, and you have the option to keep it, or you have the option to delete the whole thing. And really, that just is wonderful. I would never be the one to encourage texting while driving, but if you have no other option and you have to endanger your life and the lives of others by texting while driving, this really is a safer option than to actually be texting. Just go, hey, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and me be there in 5 minutes, close enough, and you press send and that's it. But like I said, I don't encourage it at all. That is the keyboard. The other thing that I love about the phone is HTC Sense. I've already seen a couple of people out there figure out how to root the device, and by rooting you mean it's kind of like jailbreaking. You can flash ROMs onto the device, and you can basically do whatever you want with it. I do not see the need for rooting an HTC Evo 4G, other than the fact that it voids your warranty and etc. You might break your phone. The simple thing is, why would you root an HTC built Sense device? The reason people root their Nexus 1 is to run Sense on it. The reason people rooted their G1s and their My Touches and everything was to run Sense on it. You have Sense preloaded. If you want a different home launcher, then you can download it off the market. And of course, being that this is an Android device and Android is all about options and customizability, You also have the option to go into your manage applications. I think I pressed home by accident. It's going to take a little bit just because there's thousands and thousands, well maybe not thousands, but hundreds of applications on this device. So it's going to load the list, but you do have your option to turn HTC Sense off if you so choose to do. And let it load. While it's loading, a quick little thing, as far as 4G goes, I would love to tell you guys how well it works or how well it doesn't. There are mixed reports out there. People say that it's pretty slow in their areas. Some people say that it's non-existent. Some people say that it's blazing fast, full 10 megabytes down per second, etc., etc. I don't have 4G coverage in my area, so I can't bring that, guys, to you. But I do have full 3G service here, and as a standalone 3G device, this thing is just wonderful. I would recommend it whether you're in a 4G area or not. 4G is being rolled out intensively by Sprint and WiMAX, and it really is going to be there sooner or later. So don't let that hinder your choice on whether you want the phone or not. Buy the phone for what it is, not for the 4G capability, and you will be happy. So if you go into HTC Sense, you go to clear defaults, and let's say we go back home, you have the option of going to either HTC Sense or the launcher. So you see, we'll go to the launcher, and you have your standard stock Android 2.1. So like I said, if you don't like Sense, turn it off. No need to really root the device at all. It really is stock Android 2.1. You have the 2.1 launcher. You see, it's got the whole 3D effect. So it is the full launcher. You can go back home. You long press here, you get your card view. It is full 2.1. If you do not like HTC Sense, then like I said, turn it off. And you don't have to root the device or do anything like that to have that. No, I'm just going to turn off my tasks here for that to be an option for you. HTC Sense really just works wonderfully. Some of the things about this that I just really cannot put down and love about the software are some of the HTC widgets. The HTC widgets have always been, well, they've worked well, and they've always just been a beautiful part of the Sense integration in Android devices, but they really took the cake with this one. Friend Stream, I did not know I would love this as much as I did. Before this, I had my little Facebook widget, I had my Twitter widget, and I thought, hey, that's the full screen. I don't think I will need to replace it with this one. It's still a full screen. And yeah, but really, it just is wonderful. You have all your updates on one place. You have your Twitter, you have your Facebook updates, all integrated. It's all there. From here, you can say what's on your mind. Doing the HTC Evo 4G. Ooh, press that one a little too long. 4G review. And I will share, and you can see it is sharing that via Facebook and sharing via Twitter. No longer do you have to switch back and forth between these to update them individually. It's all there. You can open the full application going into here. And you have all updates, you have your status updates, you have your photos, you have your links. And as you saw, beautiful graphics, eye-popping eye candy right there, all HTC done. You press the little bottom part. Okay, for the reason I wasn't unable to update Facebook. That I can really sincerely tell you is Facebook, not the phone. It's happening before where Facebook has been down and that little message came up. You can see, you press a little button there and it'll update it if you want faster increments of data. And yeah. Your favorites bar, now you can actually have two different favorites bar. You can have, well, not favorites bar, but people bars or people widgets on here. I'll call it a bar because it is a bar. You can have a favorites one, and then you can have a work one right next to it, different contacts. That's a wonderful addition. It used to be you could only have one and that's it. We also have bookmarks. That's really the same thing as it was before, nothing really new here. And the news widget. This is an RSS feed grabber, and it is wonderful.